Okay. My name's Chris Thompson, and this is Tony Bushala. Tony owns a blog called FullertonFuture.org. This is Mark Turgeon. Mark is a homeless gentleman who spends a lot of time in this area, and you witnessed this event. And can you tell us what you saw?
Well, when I came up here, I saw two cops on top of a homeless guy right here that I know, and they were pretty much beating him up, telling him to stop resisting. And then more police came and they started beating him with a backup flashlight in the back of his head, and he wasn't moving around at all. But more came and they started tasering him, and it was just a horrible sight. I don't know really what to tell you.
What were the police saying?
The police were saying, quit resisting, quit moving, quit resisting arrest, quit resisting. And the guy wasn't moving, had his arm in front of him, and his head was down already, and he wasn't moving at all. And they just kept going. They just kept beating
Did you
on him.
see him make any motion, even a defensive motion?
No, he was yelling, but that was it.
Yelling what?
He was yelling, "Dad, Dad," because they were beating him so bad. He was yelling for his dad, and
really?
Yeah, it was terrible, dude. It was terrible.
Wow.
There's blood everywhere, and they just kept beating him as they were pounding his head into the concrete, and they had a flashlight, and they were beating the back of his head.
How many people were around?
There was quite a few people, maybe 50 people.
Did you see anybody videoing?
Yeah, I did see someone videoing, and they were standing right here, and they're a real estate agent here in Fullerton, and I don't know who exactly it is, heavy-set guy with a goatee, and the cops asked to see the video, so and my friend who just left right now and also saw the whole thing, he said that the guy was supposed to email him the video, and he never got the video, and it's been 3 or 4 days now, so we don't know. That video's disappeared. So I don't know where the video went. I think probably the police could have taken it. I don't know.
Did the police speak to you?
Yeah, they asked me to make a statement. No one else really wanted to make a statement, but I made a statement. Yeah. And I told him exactly. I told him that you guys killed this guy. You guys murdered him. And they said, well, we don't see it that way, and this and that. But I saw the whole thing clear, so I know it now.
Did you detect in the police that were involved any sense that even they knew they had gone too far?
No, they were just, it was like a rampage. It was like a feeding frenzy. Like if you were to go watch some kind of National Geographic where the wildebeest gets too close to the water and the alligator, it was terrible. It was completely out of line, completely uncalled for, completely too much force. It was brutal. It was brutal.
Were the bystanders saying anything?
The bystanders were saying stop, and I couldn't do anything because there were so many cops right here, or I would have tried to do something, but what are they going to beat me up too? So I didn't do that. But I wanted to make sure that I saw everything that happened so that I could say something about it, because who doesn't know who's going to be next?
Do you think that the police were angry?
It didn't seem like they were angry. It seemed like they had a vengeance, and I don't know what for, but they were letting it out on him. And I don't know.
Well, so were they doing this calmly, or were they?
It was erratic. There were so many people on top of them, and I mean, at a certain point, it was crazy. It was like a piranha. It was like piranha.
Did it stop and start again, or
no? Just constant. It's just constant. It was constant.
And what did anything happen that finally brought it to an end?
Yeah, he stopped moving. He just stopped talking, he stopped moving, he stopped everything. He wasn't even moving, but he was yelling for his dad, Dad, Dad,
So
Dad,
it was when
Dad.
he went silent.
And then when he went silent, everything stopped finally. By the time the paramedics got here, then they stopped because they had to stop.
Let me ask you this. For how many seconds, or how would you measure the amount of time, to the best of your recollection, from when you first witnessed anything, you first witnessed any hitting?
How long did they beat him for?
That you saw?
That I saw, the whole time that I saw, they beat him for probably 10, 15 minutes, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it is a long time. Because more cops came, and then they jumped on. Yeah, and then they jumped on, and then 2 more cops came, and they jumped on, and then they were tasing them and tasing them and tasing them and beating them and tasing them.
Now, when they tase, the taser's when it comes out of the wire, right? And would they all stand back and they?
No, they were on top of them, tasering them, and I don't know how.
Or is that the kind where the thing
I don't know. I don't know. I could hear it. over and over and over and over and over and over, and the guy isn't moving. So I don't know why they kept tasering him. It was just something that, you know, I wouldn't wish.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
No, I haven't.
Did it surprise you?
Yeah, I was surprised. I had more faith in the Fullerton police. You know, I've lived here my whole life. I thought that, you know what, it was so that you could trust them. And,
John!
I thought you could trust them, and you know what, it just goes to show you, you don't know who's on your side anymore. You know, and that makes me think, hey, you know what are these cops? Are they really here to protect us, or are they here to hurt us?